Over. As promised, we are switching back to the NWL division. I believe the rest of this tournament is going to be NWL games, as we will have tons and tons of Collins action for y'all during the World Championship again in Las Vegas in this very same convention center. This will be our last game of the session before we go to lunch break. This game is going to feature Joey Mallick and Noah Walton. And we're going to send Mina on her way, as promised, and we're going to bring in our NWL commentator, Hannah Lieberman, who was with us yesterday. Hannah, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I was watching that last game. That was a wild end game.
Yeah, one of the more crazy ones I've seen. The whole pre-end game and the end game and just everything else and all the options and the time crunch. Absolutely nuts.
I also know what happened is I was watching the game and he had the cue on his rack, and then by the time I came back from the bathroom, the cue was in the bag again, and I was like, it's happened.
You're like, where is it on the board? Where did he put it? I didn't see any spots. And,
all right, so it looks like Joey Mallick is going first here. Starting off strong. This is going to be a great matchup.
Yeah. Joey is chasing that elusive championship. He's been, a 2,000 rated player for 2 or 3 decades at this point now, and has never won a nationals, but probably one of the strongest players and most tenured players on the continent now to not win a nationals. And Noah, another very strong player to never win a national. So both of these guys looking to change that here. Joey pulling into ABD, HJUX. So what do we do? Do we unload the J? Do we unload the X? I think likely the play of Hodge, HADJ, or the play of Juba, JUBA, is going to be the best thing for him to do. But he'll probably spend a little bit more time thinking about it. Hodge obviously takes that big...
A little bit, you mean? 4 more seconds.
Yeah, all right. So Hodge coming down. Interesting placement as well. Tough to figure out where to put that word, given the hook. But Hodge is going to come down, and Noah immediately hitting Haji and QI. So Joey kind of getting burned on where he set up that hook. Of course, you can't know what he's doing. And Noah, you are driving me absolutely insane with these tiles and putting them sideways. I'm sorry. I'm going off. Give me a soapbox. I'm going to step up on it. No, Matt, calm down. It's okay. We're just going to play Scrabble. Everything is all right. Okay. Joey drawing into nice tiles to go with that BUX leave. He'll pick up AESS, and that's going to give him options. He can play Hajis and Sax. He can play BEAUX through the A in Hajis, holding ASS. I love that you can play BEAUX and set up this board, making it very strong for the 2 S's that you're retaining, as Hajis and QISs are still available. I think BEAUX is a great move, but SAX is no slouch in its own right, as it sets up the BU to go right behind it and score some big points. So Sax, what Joey's going to play here, I would have maybe thought a little bit harder about Bo. I really like that play of Bo. I really like shaping up this board for the leave that you have, but Sax is what Joey's going to play here. And over to Noah, who's drawn AMNNOTV. I think if I can read all those sideways letters correctly.
It's interesting that we're 3 moves in and already 4 power tiles down, right? We've got...
Yes, that means the rest of this game's either going to be garbage or baby bingos with almost no in between, especially as Noah likely to play off MV this turn as well. Movant, MOVANT, looks like a very solid option for Noah through the A in Hajis. Only scores 15, but with a rack this terrible, you got to get some of that stuff off your rack. Crucially, Movant is also going to block durables on Joey's rack. And yep, here he goes. Noah playing Movant. Definitely agree with this. I like it. Get that V off your rack as fast as possible. And now Joey having his bingo blocked, BDELRSU. Oh, never mind. Joey got another bingo.
I was wondering if there's something through that M.
There is, yeah. I won't say it just yet. Chat hasn't found it. Come on, chat. Y'all always ruin things as soon as possible. Or am I on Collins? Nope, I'm in NWL. That's a word. There it is. Drumbles. Drumble. To move slowly, drumble is a verb. That'll play through the M And Joey's already got it queued up on his
Looks like
rack.
he's seen it.
Just wants to make sure
Drumbles
he's not missing
definitely
a step.
sounds like the name of a cat from Cats.
I like that.
Drumbles
I like
under the stairway.
Unfortunately, this tournament is brought to you by dogs. We had my husky Colby on stream yesterday. We have Woogles.io for playing games online. So sorry, cats. Sorry, Drumbles, the kitty. But dogs are the official sponsor of this stream. ABELNNN. Noah going from garbage to garbage on his rack. And I don't really see a way to get rid of get rid of two of these N's at once for him.
The only thing I could see would be to play none through the U of Drumbles, but that's not exactly the greatest leave in the world, and it gets you 5 whole points. So at that point, it might be worth it. Maybe to change. Looks like maybe he could do bland.
Yeah, bland scores 16. ENN, not the most exciting leave, but like you've got to do something. He can also play Bean on top of Drumbles, making EDAR and NU. That scores 21, but holds LNN.
Yeah.
Or if you want to say forget it, I'm just scoring as much as I can right now. BLAE also plays on top of Drumbles, holding the incredibly synergistic NNN. So I'm going to drop leave NNN in the chat right now. Minus 20, something like that. How does that command work? How do I do it? Somebody do it for me. NNN. Let's get our guesses and figure out what it is. Minus 19.38. Man, am I good?
Going for none. Called it.
Yeah, wow. Hannah with the foresight, none coming down. ABELN, not the strongest leave, but then again, none of the leaves Noah can leave on his rack all that strong. So a big draw for Noah. Can he draw a bingo into this leave, or is he going to continue his streak of drawing hot garbage? Oh, that E and that Y, they're going to help him. He's going to score pretty well next turn. And Joey now on 5 vowels on a post bingo draw. AEEIMTU. Standout options MIAUL down to the L and Drumbles. That's an easy one to see. And an even better option down from the H. He's got HEAUME. Home for 26. So home holding IT, opening up this board, scoring 26. Mial kind of opening this board, but kind of blocking some bingo lines up as well, scoring 24 and holding EET. Both of those stand out to me as the plays that make sense to do here. HAUTE, a slightly worse version of HEAUME, and I believe they gave that a back R. Yeah, so not all that defensive either. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Joey.
It looks like no matter what he does, he's going to be going back into the bag for quite a few tiles on this turn, which is kind of nice. We haven't seen a blank yet. So, you never know what you're going to get in there. But I agree with you that kind of both of his bigger options are going to open things up a little bit. But he doesn't really have a choice at this point. It's not like he doesn't really have the option to just... I think he either has to take an H spot or take the triple spot, and I'm sure that he knows that.
He's looking to do neither right now. Oddity set up on his rack. When you get these terrible racks, just dump as much as you can often. So oddity is what he's looking at. That's going to throw this board wide open, and we've already talked Noah quite the open board player, and that's going to keep this board good and open for the long run. But oddity, a good play. I just think home would have been a better play had he seen it. I don't think that he did, but it's tough to spot. ABEELNY now for Noah. That ABELN leave didn't quite work out with the bingo, but he's going to be able to score quite well this turn. Enable through that L in Drumbles scores 33, holds LY. He's also got some nutso plays alongside oddity. If you're absolutely crazy, you can play Bay and hold AELN, but that is silly and dumb, and you shouldn't do that. You could also play Leanly or Lanely, Leanly or Lanely. In that same spot, he can play enable rather.
I think I like those options. Are you more inclined, Matt, to go for those points or to get rid of the Y? Maybe players who are a little more talented than I am can more easily bingo with a Y, but I think I'd be inclined to something like leanly, just because on this board it's not like the Y is doing you that many favors at this point in terms of hooking your bingo, and I don't know. I think it's a tricky one to play with.
Given the game situation, I think I'd prefer a play that puts an E on that top triple word square. Just keep things a little bit more open for myself. I'm already down 112 points. I think just for what it does for the shape of the board long term, I prefer enable to leanly or lanely. I don't like the Y. I really don't like the Y, but I need to keep this board in a good shape for me going forwards. And for that reason alone, I think I'd play enable.
Well, I think we can be confident that he's probably not going to play Bay off of oddities. So, although that would be, I don't know, if he does that, I'll take a shot or something.
Yeah, I think I do the same. Although, ironically, in this iteration, I think it works out the best as Joey has omening, Omening, next to oddity, and Bay, to my knowledge, from what I've seen, oh no, omening would just score a gazillion points, actually. OB Met and EYE. Yeah, so if he plays Bay, omening comes down for, I think it's 9,000. Oh no, it's only 114.
Oh,
But yeah,
only that, right.
That would be wild. So Noah electing to play lanely here, I think that makes sense. Maybe I'd play enable instead, but yeah, that Y not good for bingoing compared to the B. So that's what Noah's going to do. And Joey, I expect to see omening come down pretty quickly here. 84 points if he plays OE, or 80 points if he makes two overlaps with OE and ME. So I think we're going to see him play it for the higher score, despite the fact that that puts a G in the second spot in a triple line. You just don't want to give those easy overlaps if you play it one space higher. But omening and omening, the only two NWL bingos out of this rack, and they just play alongside oddity in the two spots.
Well, he definitely sees it. Now he's just kind of doing the math, I think, of what's better, putting that G in the triple spot or putting that OE right by the triple up of oddity. I think you're definitely right. The G is the second letter of the triple spot is a little less risky.
Yeah. I think you play it one space further down. It looks like he's not going to. He's going to play it one space higher. I suppose the J's already been played. One of the H's is out, so you don't get hit as hard. But
pretty nice for Noah, though. If he wants to just throw something down like web, he's going to get, that'll soften the blow of this bingo a little bit.
Yeah, I do not like this decision by Joey Mallick whatsoever. He's bypassing points and allowing just like a million for his opponent. But hey, he's going to get what he deserves as Noah punishes him with a 51-point play of web. And holding AEIS, a good draw for Noah will get him right back into a game that looks like it could have been an absolute runaway. But that's not what Noah's going to get.
No, it is not.
Dashes. Oh, wait, those are eyes turned sideways. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, dashes is the new blanks. He's got a great rap.
Yeah, dashes are the new blanks, except in columns where Z's are the new blanks. But alas. All right,
well,
now Joey.
For Noah, to lessen that blow a little, is at least Joey isn't going to be bingoing anytime soon with these tiles, unless I'm missing the obvious word of doopy. But I think he's stuck with some yuckiness of his own.
It's actually poo a day. I'm a pharmacist. I have to know my laxatives, and a poo a day is about what you're shooting for.
Keeps the doctor away.
Maybe it's a poo a day. Medically speaking, you can actually poo anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week, and all of that is acceptable. So I wouldn't recommend laxatives unless you're outside of that range. But no, poo a day not valid. I digress. Joey with some options. Joypad, a nice little fun word. But opens this board wide up again. Payola, a really nice way to close this board down, and it looks like that's what Joey's staring at now. It's only 14, but it knocks out that lanely spot and those floaters underneath it. Works him out of this rack better than almost anything else could. Payload in the same spot, a slightly different version of this play that is just a little bit worse. So I think Joey with a really good play here of Payola get control of the board, start shutting things down, make things tough for Noah, and work your way out of this junk. So Payola comes down. I really do like that play after hating the previous play. And Noah with his 3 dashes, or rather 3 eyes, not going to be able to do much to respond. I think the most fun play for Noah and the best way for him to get back in this game is Ixia through the S. Score 11 points, set up your S, open this board up. Way better, I think.
Rid of 2 of those 3 eyes.
Yeah. But outside of Ixia exchanging, likely what's going to happen. EIOS, not the most enticing leave, but with 5 vowels, not much else you're going to be able to do.
And if you were to trade, what exactly would you have him keep? IES? Just ES?
You'd need to look at the unseen pool to try to figure out what you want to be drawing. And I don't know, 2 A's left in the bag, 3 I's left in the bag. So both of those I'm not afraid to hold, but I don't want to hold AEIS. I'd probably just pick one of them. I'd look at the board, try to figure out which one fits better. And I think just because omening has that spot where you can overlap with AG, I'd be a little more inclined to hold my A. But I'm not exchanging. I'm playing Ixia, and so is Noah. Nice job, Noah, making the best out of a bad situation. And we'll switch back over to Joey, DEEEFOR. So Ixia easily blocked now with FEE, which kind of stands out to me as a great play for Joey. It does have back hooks, but you've got one of them. You've got the D to back hook it later on. And if Noah back hooks it, you're going to crush with a triple word score. So FEE to me, just kind of a no-brainer. Like, yeah, hit the spot, block the stuff, score some points, keep a good leave. Like it checks every box you want to play to make.
And we've been seeing a lot of that, especially at the beginning with Joey. As soon as he sees the acceptable play, boom, it's on the board. This is a pretty speedy game at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a lot of moves that require significant thought. And those that do require significant thought, all the plays look pretty similar to one another. Just going to pick one. So, Lanely or Enable, like whatever, they're pretty similar. Oddity versus Meow, like whatever, just pick one. Omening, I really don't like that one, but everything else, like a lot of just very standard, obvious plays. Joey's actually going to play Fiat elsewhere on the board and leave Ixia alone. I guess most bingos ending in S hitting Ixia don't actually hit a double word square, so that's fine. And he's addressing a bunch of floaters, and he's scoring 28 points. So Fiat is what Joey's going to do. Does string that D out, but maybe he's not 100% sure that omening does or doesn't take an S, or maybe he just likes knocking out those floaters and the potential for a big like QUAD. I guess Q's already out, but a similar type play in that spot. Whatever the rationale, that's the play he makes. And Noah with EGIOSTV on his rack now, VGO together. How do you feel about those letters together, Hannah?
There are worse letters to go with the V than the G in terms of, short play. At least they're like words that are possible. It's not how I feel about WU. But I will say at this point, with Joey's decision last turn, he's also at a point where bingos aren't going to quite catch Noah up. Even really high-scoring bingos, he'll still have a little comfy lead. So at this point, shutting down the board and just getting as many, little 20, 30-point plays as he can, if Noah's not keeping up with that, it's going to get to the point where it's an insurmountable lead. So I think at this point, Noah's best options are, since he can't bingo, trying to get rid of the V, maybe trying to open up another lane. But, that could also bite him in the butt because everything he's doing for himself, he could also be doing for Joey. Yeah,
I think what Noah needs to do, he's down so much, he needs to score points. He's got 2 good ways to do that. One is right here, GOES, a big stacking play that scores quite well. The other one is divots from the D in Fiat. Both of those are going to burn that crucial S, but you've got to score and bingo to have any chance in this game. With 2 unseen blanks as well, you want to try to play off some additional tiles. I think I prefer divots in that situation because of what it does to the board. But bingoing from that D for 90 is also a very good way for Noah to get back into this game. So both plays with a lot of merit. Noah's going to score 37 with goes and pull back to 105 points on his deficit, as Joey sitting on CEEH RUW.
It's going to be interesting to see what Joey goes for here. If he's going to try and get some, I don't even know if there's something from that D, if he's going to try and shut down the lanes that exist.
Yeah, a couple options for him. HEW and SH underneath the Drumbles scores 30, holds a reasonably balanced CERU, and sort of addresses the Ixia's spot, although it sets up another S spot. Another fun word is HEUCH, H-E-U-C-H, down from the H in Hadji's. That's going to score 30 and hold ERW. Or he can use that C to play a lot of defense. And that looks like what he's going to do here. Char, I'm not necessarily a fan of this plan. Noah can make any four-letter word from that C and get this board way back wide open again. But Char scores 34 points in a bag that doesn't have many vowels left and turns over 5 with 2 unseen blanks.
That's what I was thinking. I think the biggest value of that play is you want to go into the bag. Looks like Noah's maybe holding, not sure about the word. Because I don't see Joey. If Noah challenges and we know he would lose, it's game over for him. So maybe we're getting a courtesy draw from Joey.
I'm not sure if this is courtesy or if Noah's just accepted the play. I guess Joey looking for an additional rack to put it on. Asking about the rules now. Do I have to put these tiles on a separate rack? Are you okay if I just put them on the other side of my rack? This game is on stream. If Joey pulls any funny business, and Joey's about the last guy on the planet who would pull any funny business, everybody would know and he'd be insta-banned. So it's all fine. It's all fine, Joey. Yes. So those tiles, as long as they stay separate, means that Joey's on hold. And this is another situation. I think Noah, even if he's 90% sure this word is good, I think you have to challenge. It's game over, more or less. After that, this board gets a lot more closed. You're running out of time. The only way Noah can see to get back into this game is to get a free turn. So I expect Noah to challenge unless he is quite certain of this, and I understand that decision from Noah as well.
Absolutely.
You're dead otherwise. So Noah feeling like this play is game over, and it likely is. He'll hold this, even though he's probably pretty sure he's seen this before. If he does let it
go, decision. It's all about, I always find it hard with challenges. Am I challenging just because I really don't want it to be good, or am I confident that that's not a valid play? So many times it's like, oh, no, I know in my heart that I've seen that before. I just wish I hadn't.
The rage challenge. I disagree with your play, and so I challenge it. Noah's going to let it go. It looks like he accepts both players right down, and Noah kind of making his game over play. I'll just play fit for 28 and hold ITV blank and whatever. But likely game over. Noah correctly choosing not to challenge, although, perhaps incorrectly choosing, depending on how certain he is that that's good.
I think we're saying game over. It could certainly be a closer game if he gets that bingo in. But yeah, when you can't come back from something like now darker.
There is still another unseen blank. Noah's going to bingo now. And if he draws that second blank, maybe there's a chance. Noah has just one playable bingo. I won't spoil it just quite yet, but it is going to play up top through the N in Lanely, which chat defined as an alternate spelling of lonely, which sounds weird in Irish, but okay.
She's very lanely these days. Yep,
now,
I can confirm.
Noah's path to victory, of course, is bingo and draw the second blank and bingo again. Joey's not going to let that happen. Joey, playing 5 tiles, 2 turns in a row, finally does get that second blank. So Noah going to be very lanely at the end of this game, sulking off his loss. Just kidding. I'm sure Noah won't sulk, and he'll go have a delicious lunch with some of his friends.
Absolutely. And with a record of 8-2, I mean, you can't discount anyone from this tournament yet, but certainly not Noah Walton. Looks like he has found that bingo. Very impressive.
Genitive going to come down 76 points, pulling Noah to almost 300. He'll still be down at 361 to 290, but at least making things respectable. And Noah is optimistically shaking this bag like, come on, blink, 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 let's get it. Let's, but no, Joey's just going to hit him back with the bingo and win the game. The fitting bingo is tortured, given that's kind of what the game has been for Noah. Play tortured through the R in char. The highest scoring bingo is rousted and chars, strings a D in the triple triple. But let's get the unseen pool up. There are 6 tiles in the bag for Joey, and the pool is not all that good. But you can't play rousted, let Noah maybe hit a triple triple out and catch you with all the tiles on your rack. He's also got Dourest, Dourest, which fits very nicely atop darker backhooking char as well.
Oh, that's pretty. We like a pretty play. I think the point is he's going to bingo this turn almost certainly. I don't see any merit in waiting, and as long as he can block down that area of the board, which is really the only area left in which to bingo, then he's basically got the game sealed up.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to see what the best. So yeah, there are actually many potential triple triples Noah could have after rousted. Placoids, Placoids, would score 176. Triclads, Poulards, Pollards, Parodids, Outplods, Colloids, Collards, Carotids, also options for him. So lots of potential stuff that could be triple triples for Noah, despite not having any ease in the bag. And so rousted definitely cannot be the play.
Absolutely. I have no doubts that Joey's going to find something like tortured. He's really thinking it through, and I wish I could be in his brain right now if he's thinking through what is the bingo here. I'm sure he sees them. Or is he thinking through what are the odds that this bites me in the butt and I get tripled on if I play rousted?
Yeah, you can't play rousted. Joey's just looking for a safer bingo that will win him this game. Tortured, I think, is one of them. He wants to make sure he does the best he has with this abundance of goodies. Dourest, definitely, as we see the best way for him to do that.
Absolutely. It looks like he's looking at maybe detourer or, oh no, okay, I'm silly. Detoured through the E of char. It's certainly not a lot of points, but you know what? It's all you need. At this point, yeah, exactly. He just needs to put down a bingo. He's got plenty of time. If I'm Joey Mallick, I'm feeling pretty happy at this point. Rotunder. He's got a lot of options. So really anything he does, as long as he puts that bingo down in the next 10 minutes and 33 seconds, he is golden. That's a good way to go into lunch.
Yeah, Rotunder, a sad 59-point bingo, but hey, just don't get tripled on and you win this game. We see Noah's rack. We know he's not even close to one anyway. Dourest, definitely a better version of this for 78. Tortured, playing for 70. But, whatever. Do something. So Joey with a 59-point bingo. Not often you see one of those.
Maybe he's thinking if he does anything that hits that double word and goes past it, that Noah will be able to hook the Z on the triple letter and hit that double word. Like just get some sort of big play, maybe not a winning play, but just one that will ease the blow of this game. Right now, Joey is looking at being 7-4, which is a great record, and he's going to get a lot of spread points from this game.
Absolutely. And Noah putting back on hold, like Joey taking what looks like a courtesy draw, but I think Joey's still on hold. Noah hasn't written anything down. Again, Noah doing the math. Hey, if I challenge this, is there any way I can win, or is this game just dead anyway? Noah's going to look at what's unseen, assuming he can challenge and this come off. He's going to do his tracking, see the unseen pool is IOPRST. Are there bingos I can have? Are there setups I can do? Do I have enough points? A lot of stuff that Joey can think about, or that Noah rather can think about. But this game is dead. Rotunda is also a word, and even if he knocks Rotunda off, like Joey's just going to bingo back next turn with like detoured or something else boring.
Right. I think that's something you have to think about. Is it's not like he's making some Hail Mary because there was no other word he could find. You can probably find 50 words in there. So I think Noah would have to. This is another one where, ouch, it hurts. I really wish it weren't a word, but got to read the writing on the wall with this game.
But I mean, this is something I wish players did a little bit more. Like, people are so proud in Scrabble, they don't want to hold because they want to be like, oh yeah, I knew that. Definitely. I will hold you 2 or 3 times a game unless I am 100% sure your word is good. What's the downside? Say hold. You're not being a poor sport. Like, they get courtesy tiles after 15 seconds now. It used to be a minute or more. Just say hold. Think about it. Make sure you do exactly what you want to do. And take your time.
I think ultimately we are going to see Noah accept this play if I had to make a prediction. And I think then his best move would be something like maybe cuz up, hooking the Z in some form off of oddity, cuz or cuz with an O, and just going for the points at this point. There are a lot of games where I hang my hat on just having passed 300, and he's certainly going to get that achievement. So.
Yes, 300 points is always good to try to score.
Exactly. So, I don't begrudge him taking his time here and really considering it, but I don't think ultimately he's going to challenge that play.
No, yeah, I'd be surprised. There's no way, even with the challenge, that he can win. I mean, if it's 1% versus 0%, I could see Noah potentially doing it. But with that Z on your rack, Noah probably also taking his time trying to figure out, hey, can Joey go out in 1, or can I still unload this Z? Because that's going to be a huge spread consideration as well. Probably have 50 points to swing. Noah right now sitting on CUZ and ZA. Very good play. Want to make sure you can get that down.
Absolutely.
Well, this is not very exciting. Noah, will he challenge or won't he challenge? We can talk about all day, but we're going to talk about the remainder of the tournament. So this is round 11 of the NWL division. This will knock Joey up, or bring Joey up to 6-5, Noah down to 8-3. Again, 28 games played across 4 days, 7 games a day, and then a best of 5 finals on the last day to determine who wins $10,000. I believe from here on out, we will be showing all NWL games this tournament, and then all CSW, of course, during the Worlds. We will be back after the lunch break at 3 o'clock Las Vegas time, which is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, that's right. Return from lunch at 6 p.m. Eastern if you're on the East Coast. So we will get back to more Scrabble action there. Y'all set your calendars. If you missed any of the action from yesterday or earlier today, you can always go back on Twitch and find it. Looks like Noah has accepted the play as both players grab their pens at the same time and write a bunch of stuff down. So Noah wisely accepting the play that he's almost certain was good. He can't win the game anyway. He's going to cash in his Z with Cuz, break that 300-point plateau in what has been a pretty sad game for him. And Joey now to figure out this end game and do what he needs to do. Noah, I think, just has 1 out, Olla, O-L-L-A, playing underneath Drumbles. So Joey's best end game sequences are all going to be sequences that stop Noah from going out next turn. He's got a number of ways to do that. He can play pivot through the P. He can play stir and genitives if he's certain that word takes a back S, which it does. Or he can play OR or ORT with SO. But got to stop Noah from playing Alla and make sure you go out into yourself if you're Joey.
I definitely like pivot, especially because, well, I don't know. The one merit of not playing pivot is that maybe you could get a higher scoring outplay. But I like the idea of, maybe keeping that S and keeping a vowel. If he plays Ort, doing something like sip the next turn off of char could be fun. Does char take an S? I guess I should check that.
It does, yes.
Is
So
it
I
one
mean,
of the
yeah,
chaws or is it more chaw?
one that chaws, and chaw, believe it or not, means chew.
Wow.
So
The Lanely char,
yes, the Lanely char.
your
Sitting there
favorite
smacking his
Irish
thumb in the
folktale.
corner. Yeah, lots of strange spellings. It almost feels like a Collins words on there, but these are all NWL as well. So OR holds spit and chars. ORT holds sip and chars. But if you're going to play that T, you'd rather it be on the double word and get one more point.
Yep. Let's see what he's looking to do. Maybe he'll play sip first because he's. Oh,
He's just gonna make a play and let Noah go out. I don't know if he's mistracked or if he's lazy or what exactly is going on. This certainly allows him to go out in two, but Noah's just gonna go out with Allah. So I don't know what that was. If Joey missed it, read his face real quick. Oh, yeah, he's mad at himself.
he just didn't see it.
He either didn't see it or mistracked or something. Oh well, Joey's costing himself a little bit of spread with that sequence, but it doesn't matter in a game where he draws quite well and plays quite well as well. So Joey
I don't think
Mallick
you can be kicking yourself too much in a game where you're scoring in the mid 400s. He's going to pick up like 90 rating points from this game. I think if I'm Joey, I'm going into lunch very happy.
Yeah, he won't pick up 90 rating points. He will pick up 90 spread points. I wish I could get 90 rating points in a game.
I'm predicting for the whole tournament. Big things for this guy.
All right. Well, with that, that's going to end our coverage. Not an interesting post-mortem, so we won't cut you guys there for this game. Again, we will be back at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll have the final 3 rounds of day 2 of the Scrabble Players Championship. Again, I am Matt Canik. We'll be signing off. I'm joined by Hannah Lieberman, and the two of us, I believe, will be back on tonight for more Scrabble action. Set your calendars.
Actually, you are with the lovely Knits tonight, but I will be on for all the morning games tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Well, it'll be Knits Chug Tea tonight and Hannah back on tomorrow. We are signing off for now, and we will see y'all again in a couple of hours. Take care, stay tuned, and adios.